Okay, our last exercise of Chapter 8 is 8.14, and it's called the Compatibility Checker. So think of the word compatibility and what it means to you. Sorry about the noise. I'm having a new furnace installed this morning. It just happens to be a little noisy, so maybe you're picking up on some of that. The Compatibility Checker allows you to check previous versions of Excel. So as you know, Excel's been around for some time, and it's continually changing and upgrading itself. Well, if you've got an older version, and I send you a new version to take a look at, you might not be able to see all of the features. In fact, one of the things that is kind of new to Excel are the charts that we used just a little bit ago when we were dealing with the conditional formatting. So older versions of Excel don't have conditional formatting. So how do we open up a program that we created maybe 5, 7, 10 years ago and show the new stuff? Well, Excel says, hey, we got you on this. We're going to help you with this, and we're going to run this compatibility checker. So this can be found by clicking in the File button at the top. And then choosing Inspecting Workbook. And then we're going to check compatibility, and it's going to show some errors. One of the things right here is the conditional formatting. You'll even see it right here. So it's going to go ahead and go through all those options. You can go ahead and click OK. There might be more options, there might be less. It depends on your version. But when you're done, you should always know that there are multiple ways to save an Excel file. Not always do you have to save an Excel file as an Excel file. There are options such as comma separated values or CSVs. Think of it as a very generic, plain, no frills, document only input. All right. There's also options to run it back and save it back to previous versions. And then of course you always have the option to save it as a PDF or a portable document file. So let's go ahead and talk about some of those options right here by choosing File, Save As. All right, we're going to browse to our location on where we want to save it. Okay, I'm going to save it to my desktop. And I'm going to save it to my computer apps folder. And here we have save as type as .xlsx. We know that that is the default format. But as I mentioned, these are all the options available. I just mentioned one called CSV, comma separated value. It's a DOS file. It's so old. Okay, we can also save it with just text. It's called text delimited. Okay, here's the PDF file. And as I mentioned, if you want to save it back to a different version, you're welcome to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to save it back to the 97-2003 version of Excel, the fourth one down. And we're going to go ahead and click Exercise, and it's going to be 8-14. And here's the compatibility checker saying, are you sure you want to backdate it this far? You can say, yep, I sure do. It might run through a couple different compatibility checks, but it's just checking to make sure that when we upload the file or when we share the file that it does indeed look like an Excel file with most of what's available in the newer version. All right. If you have any more questions, just go ahead and do a quick Google search on compatibility checker or CSV files. Those will be very, very helpful for you more in the future if you get into this program a little bit deeper. But in the meantime, this will be enough for you. This is exercise 8.14, and there'll be a Kia quiz, a Kia game, and some exercises for you available later in the week. And then we'll start talking about a quiz next week. All right? Good luck.